Let's see. I think I did everything right. Just had a little bit of time. Thought, I'm going to do a quick little live stream. See who's out there might want to talk. Decided to take a break from going through some boxes and other stuff. So I was planning to do a live stream on Halloween, but I didn't get a chance to get there. I really need to announce these ahead of time. I just I never know when I'm going to do it. I just get a thought 30 seconds ago, practically. You know what? Let's do a live stream. See who wants to talk, and that's what I usually do. I do know eventually I got to schedule ahead of time. I know people who miss it, who, if they knew it was scheduled, they would have been here. So I do it on my computer because I think it just works better on that than my phone. But hope everyone's doing good. It's a nice November day here in Florida. Weather's usually always great here. Got a tree back there. Oh, right there. But that's up all year round, to be honest. I use it as a nightlight sometimes. So I don't know if anyone's going to come in now. It's 4:24 p.m. So I'm on Eastern Standard Time. So we'll see. Yes, let's see. It's been a while since I did this on the computer, so I'm just re-looking through everything. Just looking at this. Then again, no one might come in. It's possible. I know sometimes it's just picked more dead times when there's just lesser chance of people coming to these things. I really got to really announce it ahead of time. Finally finished up on all my Halloween stuff, which is I like Halloween season. There's a lot of cool things, but I'm always good to start the Christmas stuff. I do have some haunts I'm going to be going to again. That is Christmas horror related. Haunts doesn't have to happen just during Halloween. There's some that happens for Christmas. Some do it for Valentine's Day. So it's I guess there's haunt opportunities all year round, depending where you go. Not as many, of course, say not during the Halloween season, but yeah. I'm sorry, I'm a little tired, so I'm not fully my energetic self. I'm going to see. Just give me a minute. I'm going to share this on my Facebook page. My Facebook page does not have a lot of people on it. I don't put the effort into building that up. Most of what time I have, I put into my YouTube channel. But I really need to work more on my Facebook social media profile. Just give me a second. Can't see the screen for a moment. Okay, let's look at that. Then I gotta get down. Let me turn that one part off. You see, to do more, better, more. There, you seem to get more people stopping in when it's through my phone than when I'm actually doing off my desktop, which is interesting. Hmm. Did that work? Yes. And let's see. Okay, that didn't work. Let's see who comes in. What do you want to talk about? Any questions, things going on, things like that. There's never been too much of an agenda for these live streams. Just she was out there and talk about stuff, whatever. Feel free to ask anything. I'm willing to answer most stuff within reason, of course, and talk about most subject within reason, of course. What is that? Hmm. I know I have a few people in here, so anything you want to talk about, just let me know. Sit here and wait a little bit so no one comes in. That's okay. Sometimes this happens. Sometimes the live stream can actually get quite busy, and other times not so. It all depends on the time. I probably should do this a couple hours later than now. I think it would have been more better because a lot of people are still working and stuff now, and it's 4:30. Well, 4:30 my time, but I get viewers from all over the world, so I know it's different where you go. It could be different where you're all at. I'm in Eastern Standard Time. We got 5 people in here at the moment. Less now. It kind of fluctuates. Like I said, feel free to ask anything you want. Oh, hi. Chili made 8719. That's how you come up on here. Sometimes the names come up differently depending on how I'm looking at. Let me see. Other versions. Yeah, okay. So, hi, Chili made 8719. How are you? Oh, from Australia, huh? That's cool. Last live stream I did, someone came in from Australia. Yeah, you live in a beautiful country. I'd love to visit. You have a lot of cool stuff there I'd like to check out. The only thing I don't like about Australia, though, is you have a lot of big creepy crawlies. Other than that, it looks great. So, how are you? No agenda for this live stream, just seeing it out there, talk about what I really need to announce these ahead of time. I know I'd get more people, but I kind of always just wing it. 1 second I think, go to a live stream. I'm doing it on my desktop now. They seem to do better on a cell phone for some reason. You should see my messy office and going through stuff. But anything you want to talk about, ask, just let me know. It goes for everyone. Just basically seeing who comes in. Yeah, I can understand that. It's expensive here too, but it's getting like that more and more places. Of course, how it is, it all depends on how much money you got, whether something's expensive or not. Someone like me who doesn't have a lot of money, a lot of things are. So I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it looks to be a very beautiful country here as a countryside. Um, I'd love to see it one day. I know the plane ride there is very long. One day I need to start putting together a list of places international I like to go and what I like to see. I haven't really done that. I have an idea on things I like to see, but it's not like feasible right now financially. So I'm doing it. So if you all have anything you want to ask and talk about, like I said, feel free. I live in Florida, by the way, in the United States. Might be obvious, depending if you're watching me or not. You know, it's November. It's fairly warm today. Let's see, what is the temperature? Whoops, whoops. Temperature right now. I think it was around. Last time I looked, I thought it was around 80 Fahrenheit. See what the temperature. I know sometimes people are interested in this stuff. It's only 76 now. Yeah, yeah, I got to the mid 70s. Yeah, 80 for most of the week. Oh, you like baseball, huh? The Red Sox? Are you talking about the Boston Red Sox or you have a team there also called the Red Sox? My favorite team's always been the Cleveland Indians. I know they're not called the Cleveland Indians anymore. They're called the Cleveland Guardians, but always will be the Cleveland Indians to me. So I followed them since the early '90s. So I still refer to them as the Indians, Cleveland Indians. That's just it. You see them a lot at spring training. Actually, I met the owner at one time. I almost met the entire team at one time. That was I think the last time I saw them was in 2008. Okay, so it is Boston. Yeah, I saw them play in spring training. I met a few of the players at the time. It was over a decade ago now, but I met like Johnny Damon and Benny Agbayani, I think it was. A few other players. Used to be this minor league team back in the early '90s. I used to see that I was an affiliate with them um, for a while. They changed it to Florida Marlins. Of course, the Florida Marlins. I don't believe I call the Florida Marlins anymore. Were they Miami Marlins? But yeah, interestingly, the spring training place where I used to see the Cleveland Indians was the spring training home for the Boston Red Sox for many years. The Red Sox left and the Indians came in. Now the Indians left. Fortunately, they leveled that place, last year, I believe. It's a shame because that a lot of baseball history there. And it was a unique, rare stadium. It was built into a hill, and that's down. I forget what they called it. Is pretty rare stadium style. wasn't too many of them. So it's unfortunate they knocked it down. There was a lot of history there. It was owned by the city, I guess, and they just didn't want to keep it, which is a shame. Baseball is mostly the only sport I really care about. I don't not big the other ones. Fortunately, it doesn't look like there's gonna be too many people coming to this live stream today. Like I said, sometimes I have like way over 100. I think it's just the luck of the draw or not luck of the draw. But live streams seem for some reason they seem to be more active when I'm doing it off my cell phone than when I do it off my desktop. Don't know why. Maybe this people seem to find it more um, when I do it that way. But I know I've gotten people in my live streams that weren't even subscribed to me, so I'm not sure if it's just how people find it when they're not. I've been doing YouTube for over a decade now, since I think 2012, I believe, and I'm still learning new things every day about almost things. Of course, things change all the time. The process of doing YouTube, uploading videos, for instance, changed from when I started to now. The process, there's different features, things like that. Like for instance, you at one time you couldn't even schedule out videos. When you upload it, it went live right away. Now you can schedule videos, which is huge advantage. Yeah, it'll always be the Cleveland Indians to me. I'll never think of them as the Guardians. The only reason why they changed it's because of political correctness. Now, from what I understand, a lot of Native American groups wanted them to keep the Indians' name. I can understand there is some issue with, say, the football team, the Washington Redskins. I can understand why that could be insulting, even though I guess a lot of Native American groups want the Washington Redskins to stay the Washington Redskins. And that changed to, I think it's the Commanders or something like that. But I mean, it's not like the team asked me what I cared about. Well, thank you, Jose Jose P. Rodriguez, 3510. I appreciate that. Yeah, just like showing things, sharing my part of the world with people who may be interested. And I know some of my videos have helped people, especially some small businesses. I know some got business out from them. So I'm always happy to help people. And like I said, just showing what's going on around here. There's a lot more things I want to do. It's just finding the time and the money too. Because being a vlogger, I guess you could say, is not cheap. Yeah, we do. There's several more I want to do that's really cool. Like there's one where a robot actually takes you to your table, and there's one that is designed where it looks like you're in a cartoon from the newspaper that's decorated like that. And there's some really cool themed restaurants out there. The better ones are the older ones that look a little run down a little bit, but they have that charm. They usually have the best food compared to like real fancy places. Don't get me wrong, fancy places are good too, but just the older restaurants sometimes are great too. But there's a lot of really cool themed restaurants. It's just getting to them. have the time, but financially, it's expensive to eat out. It's not cheap, even fast food. I mean, when you're spending over $10 now at McDonald's for, a meal, you know things are getting expensive, and that's why it's not even worth to eat at fast foods anymore. Oh, that's cool, I appreciate it. What videos have you been in? Because I have, with regard to theme park stuff, I have, oh, geez, maybe about 1,500 Disney ones, over 500, Legoland, and some SeaWorld. I gotta get back to SeaWorld. I was supposed to do some Universal videos. I had a pass, I didn't even use it, and it ran out, and I spent all that money in a year for nothing. It's my fault. There's been so much that's been going on health-wise and taking care of mom and other things. I just didn't get around. I gotta eventually renew it and get to Universal, Studios, but, there's been a lot going on. Like I said, it's hard because I have all these plans, but this it's just money's the biggest thing with everyone. Oh, okay, that's cool. I actually like the Plant Monster meet and greet. I think it's one of my favorite meet and greets at Legoland. It's that character is just very unique. Um, I never seen anything quite like it. Yeah, I was there yesterday. For the last day of the Brick or Treat. I finished up on all the meet and greets. The only one I didn't get was the Wolf Guy one, because he was earlier in the day, but I got all the rest of them. Um, and I know they're gonna be starting Christmas in about a month. I like the meet and greets there. They're fun. But the Plant Monster one was a more unique one, I think. Oh, it's Spider Lady too, huh? Well, when you see me, make sure you come over and say hello, because I'm always happy to talk to people. I get recognized fairly often. Like yesterday, I had someone come up to me and recognize me and say they like my stuff. He was pretty excited to meet me, which was really cool. It's always great meeting people. Yeah, I bet Chile made 87 have pretty big diversification within climate because Australia is huge. In the United States, we're so big. So, like, Florida is considered like tropical or subtropical. And you go someplace like um, Alaska, which is certainly not considered tropical. So we have a pretty variety of environments and climate here. Interesting with Spider Lady, they changed their location. Usually it was by that um, the stage. But I know they have that show going on, or they did have this show going on yesterday. My only regret with the Brick or Treat thing, I didn't get a chance to see the regular drone show. When I went, they had the show go on, but they didn't have the drones come out because of the wind. And I've never seen it in my life. I always seem to miss it because something happens. Actually, Chile, maybe one of the places I want to go to in Australia the most is that zoo that Steve Irwin, the crocodile, owned. I was always a huge admirer of Steve Irwin, so to go there would be really cool. Places, there's a ton of places there. I really need to start marketing them out, even though the possibility of me getting to Australia anytime soon is pretty small. But Jose, I've been told a lot of the employees at Lego I know whose I am. A lot of them see my stuff, which isn't surprising because I film more videos at Legoland anyone. Like I said, I have over 500 videos there. Legoland's not a very big theme park, so I've covered that place pretty extensively. There's still a few more things I wanna do, and of course, they have those themed events every year. Not as many as they used to. Like I said, if you see me there again, make sure you stop and say hello. I'm always happy to talk to people. I can't see you all from it. Just checking one quick thing. I see a little delay. That's why. Actually, Jose, I'm just checking out my Plant Monster video right now. Are you the one that was standing next to him? Like you have a little pack on? Is that you? See your response. I gotta go back. Wait a second. To go back to the live stream. Let's see. Oh, hello. Is it Deck 69? Oh, from Indonesia. That's cool. Yeah, I would like to go there, Chile, man. I think it would be someplace I really want to see. Okay, I would have loved to have met Steve. I think he was a good guy. There's a few people who are no longer with us. Steve, um, John Candy, and Mr. Rogers. Like those three guys, I never really heard anything bad about as a person. I think they were good people. Just John Candy, the actor. I saw the newspaper article when he passed. Oh, hi, Leakin W7E. Well, with regard to the layoffs, well, with the entertainment ones, I don't recognize a lot of them. I used to see a lot of the same entertainment people, and some of them I've been told by some of them I know they would use a lot of my videos to um, shows and stuff. But since the layoffs, I just haven't really been recognizing anyone, and it almost seems like there's less entertainment options. Like they got rid of the water skiing show and things like that. I thought, I mean, don't get me wrong, the entertainment I've been seeing recently is it's still pretty good and everything, but I just seen it just seemed to be a little bit better before, but I think that's because you had a lot of the same people, they were more practiced. I don't know how many of the same employees they kept over. I just heard they were firing a lot of them. I do hear on, like, Facebook and some people, there's a lot of complaints with the way things that, how some things are run at Legoland. Not with the employees themselves, just by, um, corporate decisions there. I do know, I mean, and it does seem to me like, they have a different way of doing things than, Disney, for instance. There's more I could say about that, but I'm not going to. I do think there's some things at Legoland they could do differently that would be better, but they're not asking me. Yeah, Legoland has never wanted to reach out to me, which is kind of surprising since I do more videos there than anyone. And I still know that there's still a lot of employees there that knows who I am. Like I said, I know um, that a lot of employees watch my stuff, and they did used to watch a lot with the entertainment employees because they used to use my videos to study to make their the shows and their craft better. I'm assuming. Oh wait a minute. I'm assuming Pelican W7E. Do you have some connection to Legoland? That's why you're asking. Let's see. Chili Maid 8719 asks, my dad worked in circus back in the 70s at two elephants. That's cool. One, Kiki was sent to Taranga Zoo in Sydney to retire, but my dad was supposed to go to Abu, kill a few people before and after he left. He used to buy, oh, I used to buy here an apple, huh? I love elephants. I did ride one a couple times. Um, would love to interact with an elephant more. Um, there's actually some opportunities at some elephant rescue places where you could do that in Florida. It just costs a lot of money to do those experiences. It's something I want to do. The elephants are very smart. It was interesting. There's such massive animals. It really wasn't that long ago in Earth's history that we had far more animals big like that. It's unfortunate there's not too many left. But back to Legoland, I do have some positions and ideas I think that they would benefit from. But again, like I said, they don't ask me. Talking about elephants, I got to get to more like zoos and nature preserves and places like that. I always love hanging out with animals. There's a place in Florida called Gatorland, and they primarily have gators, alligators, but they have other reptiles too. Not not just reptiles, but they do a lot of good work with conservation and just it's just so relaxing to hang out with and see different animals. I know there's a little bit delay from when I speak to what you see. It's fairly short, only 3 or 4 seconds, maybe. But anyways, like I said, anything you all want to talk about, ask to below. Just gonna check something on my Facebook page for a moment. So like I said, the main Halloween season is over. Some people would probably be a bit relieved because I've been doing a lot of Halloween stuff. Not nearly as much as I'd like. I was actually scheduled to do some more haunts, and I had to cancel last minute. which I felt bad as I promised them I'd be there, but I just couldn't financially swing it because I had to stay at a hotel and I had to board the dogs, and it's just it would have been very expensive for me. And actually, boarding dogs is more expensive than hotel, and I just couldn't do it. Plus, as many as you know, mom lives with me. I take care of her, and it would have been hard on her for that trip if I can't leave her alone. She has to come with me. I have to think about that too. Maybe next year I might be able to make it up there. It's just expensive. I know there's some people who think nothing about driving 4 hours for the haunt for a haunt and then driving back. Now that'd be too hard on her, and then me, just so I have to stay at a hotel for some of them, and it's financially not feasible. That's just how it is. Oh, hi, Chris Graffs 1015. How are you? Oh, let's see. Chili made 8719. He gets her one at every stop. She was captured in 1955 seconds. So my dad probably only one that did that. Yeah, like I said, elephants are smart and they have their own personalities and they bond with different people. And yeah, they're a lot like people. They're smart and their own individual person. Yeah, it was in the mid 70s today. It'll probably be 80s for the rest of the week here. We did get a couple nights where I got into the 40s, but it's mainly be in the 70s and 80s here. That's why I don't miss living up north. But no agenda, Chris, for this live. So just talk about stuff. See what everyone wants to talk about. I'm hoping to get my silver play button in soon. That's why I say, Chris, you gotta move out of that part of the country and get where it's warm. Yeah, I don't miss the cold at all. Sometimes it gets cold here, but it doesn't last. Okay, Chris, I will. I'm not surprised to hear that Chili made E719. They're heavy animals. And I can see that happening. I do like elephants. They're beautiful animals. I said there's some experiences that you could pay for where you can actually interact with them. I want to do that as long as it's a place that has a good reputation of actually caring about them. Some places that have animals, they don't care about them. They're only a moneymaker, which is pretty sad because, like I said, all animals have their own personality. They're their own individual person. Yeah, so you'll be able to go inside, Chris, and get out of the elements. I would try to find some older, more obscure cemeteries just to do a walking tour, but some of them are smaller, and you might be able to do that. Like I found some smaller cemeteries around here that it's not very big. That'd be interesting, Chris. There's some place around Tampa with regard to him that I want to go to Tampa, where I guess he hit his like farthest home run or something at some stadium that's no longer there, but they have a historical plaque commemorating it. It's I think it's pretty sure it's around Tampa someplace. Is he buried around where you're at? I'll look that up right now. I don't think I ever seen anyone who does videos from his grave site. Where is Babe Ruth buried at? Okay, it says he's buried in Gate of Heaven, New York. Now, Babe Ruth is buried at Gate of Heaven Cemetery in Hawthorne, New York. Cemetery is a Catholic burial ground located in Westchester County, about 25 miles north of New York City. His grave is a popular pilgrimage site for fans, often decorated with baseballs, bats, and other memorabilia. He's buried in the same cemetery as his second wife, Claire, as well as other famous individuals like Lou Gehrig and Billy Martin. Just looking up some pictures of his grave site. Yeah, people leave a lot of stuff around there, a lot of baseballs and hats and bats and stuff. I never even thought about visiting that him. Look, here's some workers cleaning it all up. Obviously, they can't keep it around there all the time. Would be an interesting grave to visit. He does have a nice headstone. Let's see. Yeah, New York. Yeah, so I'm catching up now. I'm gonna go shot coming out tonight at 6. Oh, okay, that'll be cool. What did you remember me trying? Chili made 8719. Oh, I see. Never mind. I'm sorry. For some reason I didn't see the rest of your comment. Okay, I see now. I remember you tried Vegemite. I remember I said try Promite next time, much better. Still salty, but not pure salt like Vegemite. Okay. Yeah, I know they sell it. They have different names and different like the UK, for instance, it's called something else. Is it like I've seen like Malmite or something? I don't remember. Um, but I would like to try some of the other versions. I have some stores around here sells have like international sections, and they sell it. But some of them I'm gonna have to pick up like on Amazon or something. But I did hear it's slightly different depending on which country it's produced in. My mistake was that I just took like a knife and I guess if you put it on toast and it's spread out, it's much more enjoyable. When you eat it like that, it's not meant to be like that, so it's a lot more powerful. I think it tasted like really salty soy sauce to me, but it's been forever since I had it. So your version is called Promite, huh? Let's see. Uh, let's go into Amazon quickly. The only thing is, I only would want to buy like a really small thing of that because um, if I don't like it, it's just going to go to waste. Promite, okay. Here's a 290-gram bottle for $7.99. It's not too bad. This is made in Australia. Oh, there's the Vegemite. And then I know some other places has a slightly different name. Oh, there it is, Marmite, which is I think the British version. That I could pick up at the store. I've seen that in some international sections. Marmite, Promite, Vegemite. I think there's another version of that too, but I would like to try some others. I'm slacking on food reviews. I have some uploaded, but not live. Um, I'm probably gonna not film too many. I'm gonna still film them, but this gonna have to be for much more unique stuff. Yeah, I think it would have been better if I would put on toast. It was pretty strong, pretty salty. So you left a comment in that video. Okay, let me see. I haven't checked out that video in a long time. Yeah, this lady who I know who I I was friends with. She lived in Australia. All of a sudden, she just stopped talking to me. I don't know why. Yeah, I thought we had a good friendship relationship, but she sent me that Vegemite um, from Australia. Yeah, I don't see your comment, but you could have left it on a different video. But once in a while, comments seem to disappear. It's not from me. I don't. I rarely ever take a comment off of someone, please, unless it's like they're swearing at me or something like that. But even negative comments, I'll leave as long as they're not like threatening or swearing. Which luckily I don't get too many of them. I've gotten some weird messages, and some threatening ones, surprisingly, some really angry ones over the dumbest things. I remember someone got angry at me because I was listing off prices at a store. If it says 4.99, I'll say 4.99. But they got angry at me as they said, "Oh, yeah, I need to say $5." Well, okay. I mean, I don't know we're only talking a penny difference, but I read the price is what it says, trying to be as accurate as possible. And they got really angry over that. And I don't know why. But a lot of it is just trolls that's causing a stink. Is their trolls? I remember there was this hamburger I tried at McDonald's years ago. I thought this was kind of expensive, and they got so angry because I thought it was expensive. Well, why do you care? What's the big deal? I don't mind criticism on my videos, but when you get like salty and really angry over something dumb like that, it's just dumb. Like I said, it's just trolls being trolls. I don't know why. I don't know why they waste their time over some of these dumb things. But I do have to try Promite and Malmite one time. Yeah, I've had stomach issues myself over the years, so I have to be careful sometimes. Um, there's some things this doesn't agree with me, so I can understand that. One time, I didn't do a video on it. This is really before I was doing like restaurants, but I ate this. It's a chain of restaurants. It's called, I think, Tijuana Flats. I think they do like Mexican type foods, if I remember correctly. Well, they had like, I don't know, 20 or 25 sauces going from very, very mild to extremely spicy. So I went to the extremely spicy one because all the hot stuff I had before that, I had no problems with, and I was warned not to do it. And immediately it was just burning my mouth. I didn't even have a lot of it, but when it hit my stomach, I literally felt like my stomach was on fire. Like I swallowed liquid. It was horrible, and that went on for like a half an hour. I went into the men's room. I was practically laying on the floor, almost so sick. So I'm extremely careful now with eating anything too extremely spicy. There would have been some things I would have done, like there's some like the world's spiciest gummy bear or the world's spiciest chip. I know some people send videos on that, and I thought about getting that and doing a video on it. I'm not doing that. I'm not going through that again. It was really bad. Yeah, Mount Vernon would be a cool place to go to, Chris. Now, Mount Vernon is for Washington, right? And isn't Monticello or isn't that for Jefferson? Or am I thinking of something totally wrong? Okay. Yeah, it would be a cool place to visit. I want to get to some presidential libraries. The closest one is Carter, and one day I'm going to get up there. Trump is supposed to build his in Miami, some grounds, some university. Um, so I think that would be probably the closest one to me than Carter when that gets built. So I'm kind of surprised. I figured he would have put it like right next to Mar-a-Lago or something. I'd like to get to all the presidential libraries. It would be very interesting to see all theirs take on each the presidency. Well, I understand they can't legally lie and make them better than it is, but they could bend the truth, I guess. So I don't know. We'll see. And I think there's like 15 of them. Interestingly, in recent years, they built one for Lincoln. Obviously, presidential libraries are more of a modern thing, but they built one for him. And for some reason, they built one, I think, for Rutherford B. Hayes. And I guess some other presidents have, they're not considered libraries too. I'm sure there's a basic, like, legal definition of what's the difference. But like I said, the closest one right now is Carter. One day I'll get up there, check it out. Other than Carter, and then whenever Trump does his, the closest one to me, I don't know. Maybe um, the George W. one in Texas, or Johnson's one in Texas. You have to look. I don't remember. I just love museums and history. Let's see. Tasmania's hot sauce called Diamond. It's named after a named pepper plant. Okay, I bet it's pretty spicy. There's some. I see some ghost pepper stuff around here sometimes. I have tried that a little bit. Like I said, I'm very wary of trying really hot stuff now. Where my stomach is, and I don't want to go through that problem again because it was really bad. I'm a decently tough dude, but that was even a lot even for me. Actually, let me see. List of presidential. Whoops. Presidential libraries. Here you are. Let's see. Where is. Okay, here it is. See, Herbert Hoover is in Iowa. Roosevelt's in Hyde Park, New York. Truman's in the Missouri. Towers in Abilene. Let's see. Kennedy, Lyndon Johnson, Austin. Nixon, New York. Linda. Of course, Ford's in Michigan. Carter's in Atlanta. Reagan's in Valley, California. George Bush, Kyle State in Texas. Oh, so both Bushes is in Texas. That's right. I forgot about that. For some reason, I thought the elder Bush was in like in the Northeast, but that's right because when he really got into politics, he was in Texas. I am just looking. It doesn't list. I don't see the Lincoln or Hayes one, but it might not because I'm on the National Archives. So maybe they're not considered official ones. Of course, it lists Trump and Biden, but they don't have one built yet, so they won't have a location. So yeah, I think that's closest one after Carter would be the ones in Texas for both Bushes and Johnson. Where was Johnson? Austin. So yeah, but like I said, a lot of presidents have museums dedicated to them. They might not be considered official like libraries and stuff. So it looks like the official ones, everyone since Roosevelt. No, Hoover, I mean. Which I'm surprised they haven't been they haven't built more for some of the ones immediately before them. I'm sure some of them eventually will. Okay. Let's see. Oh, peppercorn plant, huh? Yeah, Chris, I was telling him that there's some place in Australia I would definitely like to go to. The only thing I wouldn't like I said about Australia is creepy crawlies. They have a lot of poisonous or venomous things there. Um, but the creepy crawlies, I'm mainly referring to spiders. I don't like spiders. Snakes, reptiles, I have no problems with. I just don't like spiders too much. And then the plane ride there would be ungodly long, but it would be worth it. I don't think I marked any places. I've been marking places on Google Maps. I've done some across the world, but mostly in Florida. Some I've been branching out a bit more in the United States. Not too many across the world because it's not realistically for me to do traveling right now. Let me see if I marked anything in Australia. Just gotta zoom out. Come on, bring me over to Australia. No, I don't see anything popping up. I got some in. Where is that? So I got some in Thailand, one in India, Sweden, and the United Kingdom. I didn't mark anything else other than America for some reason. I got to start doing that. There's no reason not to. I'm looking at Australia right now. Nothing marked. I should start marking those places because if it ever happens, I have a list I can go to right away. Yeah, visiting someplace like Australia, I'd be like a kid in the candy store. There'd be so many places I want to go. Let me bring up the satellite image so you can see that better. Yeah, from the satellite, you do look pretty deserty, which I would have no problem with. It'd be cool. New Zealand's kind of that'd be east of you. Oh, it's that more kind of south. I always thought New Zealand was a bit north of you. I don't know why I thought that. Yeah, like I said, I have some across the country here, um, mostly in Florida, but I have places I want to go to. I do have some places saved in Canada, but like I said, I don't know why. If there's a place I want to go, I should just save it no matter where because in case it ever happens and I can do it, I have a list right away. But there are a lot of places I love to see. There's so many beautiful things in the world. Just looking at the map now. Well, let me zoom out more, but so Chile made. Where in Australia are you? I mean, you don't have to be too specific. But I'm just mainly talking like what section. Like on Google Maps, it breaks it into, let's see, one, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think 6. I don't know if you call them states or provinces. Some call them some countries would call them those sections like counties. I know in the UK they don't have states or provinces, they have counties. I know in Canada they use provinces. Here we use states. Yeah, I see snakes here from time to time. There's a lot more. There's a decent amount here in Florida. They don't bother me as much. It's the creepy crawlers like the spiders. Even though about 4 months ago, I almost stepped on a rattlesnake. I got within a couple feet. That did scare me. I yelled out like a little girl. I was in this trail in the middle of nowheres, and that was the first rattlesnake I've ever seen in my life. But I've seen the videos of some of the spiders you have in Florida, or not in Florida, in Australia. Oh, ugh, ugh. They're huge, and when they have a face, practically, yeah, it gets no thanks. That's the only one of the main things really that would bother me about going to Australia is those things. Oh, I do have a bearded dragon. I know they're from Australia. I love bearded dragons. They have really cool personalities too. Well, Chris, if you ever visit someplace like Gatorland, you can actually hold a snake and get your picture with him, or an alligator. Let me go back to that map quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it says 6. Yeah, I see where Perth is, Chris. Uh, One of the first places I probably would go would be like Sydney. Be a lot. On a trip like that, I would try to plan out as much as possible, but it's always good to kind of wing it on a few days here and there too. Just zooming in a little bit. You know what's amazing? With a satellite, you could zoom in. Like I'm zooming in on where am I now? I think it's Sydney, right? And you could see the individual streets and everything. That is so cool. And then you can click on a street. And a lot of times it has that Google Street View, so it's like you're right there. Not that many years ago, you'd never be able to do this, and then you just look around a city. It's so amazing. Like I'm gonna click on a street right now. I just want to see. It doesn't always work, but most of the time it does. Look at that street view. I'm looking around. It's really cool. This is Sussex Street, I think I'm at the moment in Sydney. Look, you look around and the intersection and everything. That's really cool. I love this. Yeah, there's some pretty serious snakes here too. Some of the deadliest ones there. But we have a lot of invasive species here now. You like a lot of those Burmese pythons, those really big ones. Some of them could. kill a person because they could wrap around you and everything. Some of them get really big. Yeah, Gatorland is definitely a place you'd want to check, Chris. Just looking at the street view again, quickly. It's interesting. They blur people's faces out. I guess to keep their privacy, but I'm surprised to do that because really, and since you're in public, you really have no expectation of privacy. But it's a good thing, I think. I was looking around. I don't have too much experience with really big cities. It's interesting seeing these. Hmm, Let me close that out because I can get really distracted looking at this stuff. Oh yeah, Chris, you asked earlier about Rome. When you talking about Rome and Italy, yeah, that would be a place I want to go. That and the Vatican, I think it'd be interesting to check it out. Yeah, we have crawfish here. Um, I'm trying to think if I've ever seen crawfish in the wild here in Florida. Maybe I've never seen them in up north where I used to live. Crawfish make good eating. Little basic, little baby lobsters. But here in Florida, we definitely have a lot of problems with invasive stuff because it's warmer here. So there's a lot of reptiles that can survive here that can't survive other places. There's some reptiles like Peter's rockagamas, and I guess people see a lot of them in the wild here. I finally saw some about a couple months ago. But when I did a video on a place in Lake Wales that was for the art center, and there must have been like a herd or a family of them around there. I saw 3 or 4 of them around very fast. They're bigger than or like brown knolls and stuff here. And I guess we have also problems with like iguanas here. I haven't seen any iguanas, but they're moving more and more up north. So eventually I will see them in the wild here. I almost got an iguana as a pet. I almost bought. They outlawed them, selling them here now. So you can no longer buy them. I almost did, and I'm very glad I didn't. They can be big, like 6 feet long. They could be aggressive. We have to constantly work with them. Uh, uh, I'm I'm done with having exotic animals. I just the ones I have die off. That's it. Dogs, maybe a cat one day, maybe a goldfish or something, but that's it. Just looking at my messages. You don't want to bother with that right now. Do that later. Yeah, I never heard of Motorplex myself, but sure it'd be interesting. They have a big racetrack here in Florida called Daytona 500. Never, never been there. Maybe one day. I used to live near a pretty big NASCAR racetrack up north. Had a whole bunch of players at one time. Okay, look at this later. Sorry, I'm getting a little distracted. I'm checking something out quick. Save the link for this and come back later. I'm probably going to get going in a few minutes, guys. So if there's anything else you want to talk about, ask before I leave. Feel free. I'll do another, 10 minutes maybe. All right, anything else anyone want to ask? Put it down now. I'm going to be leaving in a few minutes. I appreciate everyone stopping in, talking for your support. Like I said, I'll try to schedule these ahead of time and announce it so you know this ahead of time. I know I shouldn't just randomly do this, but this is how I am with regard to live streams. As you can tell, it's getting a little dark. This is the time of year. The clocks changed recently. Oh, hi, Henry. Yeah, I was about to leave, but I could stay a little bit longer if you want to talk. Henry, a couple months ago, I did call you and leave a message. I never heard back. Not sure if you ever got my message, but it would be cool to talk to you on the phone again. Okay. Maybe we could talk later then, some more, Henry. Well, thanks, Chili Made 8719. I appreciate that. Yeah, make sure you stay in touch, and it's always great talking to people, whether it's nearby or from across the world. I think talking to different people from all over, it's a good thing. And it's really cool to hear more about Australia. Like I said, I'd like to go there one day. I think it'd be quite a cool experience. No, I don't think you did, Henry. Pretty su Unless I'm wrong. But that might have if you did and I got it, it might have been from another time I called. I think that was another time I called, a couple months before that one. So I guess I missed you a couple times. But when you have time, it would be cool to talk to you again. Alright, I think I'll do 2 more minutes, and then I'm gonna get going. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Henry. I, um I can sympathize. We definitely have issues with hurricanes here sometimes. Well, that's okay, Henry. Maybe one time we could, connect on the phone again. No rush, no big deal, whenever, it's fine. Yeah, I don't collect as many things as I used to either. Takes up too much room, and I feel like it. When you just get tired more. Plus, you start thinking about, "Oh, one time you're gonna leave this world, who are you gonna leave it to?" So What's Star Bar Chili made? I'm sure just probably let's look that up. Are you talking about the candy bar? Chili made? Um, sure, Henry, but it depends on what kind. Butterfinger I've had. I never had a Star Bar, but I just looked it up now. All right, see you, Henry. Thanks for stopping in. Unfortunately, they don't recycle it here anymore. They stopped doing it. Now you just gotta basically throw it all out. All right, thanks for stopping in, Chris. I think this is a good time for me to go too. It's been about an hour and a half. It was great talking to everyone. Um, I appreciate you stopping in. It's always great to talk to people from all over the country, all over the world, hear from different perspectives. It's really great, and I appreciate everyone's support for my channel. As you've noticed, you may have noticed, I passed 100,000 subscribers. Um, and if it keeps coming as quick as it's been, I may reach 200,000 a year. So it's very gratifying for everyone's support. It means a lot to me. 100,000 subs is something I wanted for a very long time. Oh, thank you, Chili Maid. Yeah, anytime Dr. Pepper has a review or a new video or a new flavor that I have access to, I always try to get it. I need to buy some foreign Dr. Peppers because one pop made in one country and made in another, it's not always the same. It tastes different. Okay, Henry. Yeah. Whenever I talk to you on the phone, if we can talk more about that. But I do like Dr. Pepper. I don't drink it too often. I should more. It's interesting. They used to serve it hot. They said it's supposed to be good for your health. All right, I gotta get going, guys. Thanks, Henry, Chris, Chili Maid, and everyone else who stopped in. And I'll try to announce this ahead of time. I don't know, 2 or 3 days, so we give everyone notice if they want to stop in. They know what's going to happen. As I do a lot of these random, and I appreciate that, Chili Maid. Yeah, it's been a long process, but I wouldn't have been able to get here without support from people like you and others. So it does mean a lot to me. I gotta get going, guys. Thanks again, and hope you all have a good night, good morning, good afternoon. I know it all depends on where you are in the world. It's now 5:54 p.m. here. All right. Thank you, everyone. See ya. Signing off. Goodbye, Chili Maid.